Hello viewers, welcome to Dailies on TVRC. My name is Felicia Chinyere, and with me on today's news is...
What are you doing, Samuel?
With me is the Punch newspaper.
And with me I have Vanguard. On the front page of Vanguard newspaper, our massacre, Ogundari Foundation gives scholarship to victim children. And the same front page, Ogun is committed to growth of Ojua, says Governor Abiodun. Portion 2022, Oyetola assures electorate of adequate security. And the same for front page, I have needs to tackle votes buying. Needs to tackle votes buying in Nigeria. And the last but not the least here, we have Obi will actualize dream of Igbo. Obi will actualize dream of Igbo. Now, let's talk about this one. Needs to tackle votes buying. What's your take on that?
Yes, there's actually a very good need for that because it's very, very, very much important. Because if you look at it nowadays, a lot of persons see this election as something that might not be forthcoming because of the trend of vote buying, and this actually calls for a proper visit. Let me say visiting from the INEC. So it's actually done on our federal government to look into that issue and see ways at which the need for vote buying is actually eradicated.
Oh, that's because that vote buying has become norms to politicians. So what's your take on this also? Oyetola assure electorate of adequate security. Is it that you are saying the issue of insecurity in the country as an issue that we should nail down, or what do you think?
Yes, it's actually part of what should be talked about and should be visited, because security aspects is very much important for Nigerians and citizens. So since the government itself is assuring them for that, then it's a very good kudos to him, you know.
Well, yeah, that's good. Okay, let's go to this one also, though it has been becoming a state news, but we have to look into this one also. Talking about Owo massacre. Now, we know that it has happened and it has gone, but the scars is still there.
Yeah.
Yes, the scars is still there, and our condolence to those who were victims. Yes. And this one is coming about from Owo massacre. Ogundari Foundation gives scholarship to victims' children. Why now? Because I see that if this kind of things was not happening in the country or to a particular person or family or race, as in there won't be scholarship at things. So why now? I
feel if they say something should not happen, and then just try and buttress what you just said. Something should not happen before you know how to tackle it. You should be ready for emergency. But in this case, if you look at it very well, I feel we should actually congratulate such individuals for actually coming up with that idea.
It's commendable, right?
Yes, because if you look at it, a lot of persons will just come and say sorry and that's all. But he has actually, committed himself to want to give scholarship. It's a very good development.
Yeah.
Very good thing.
Okay, lastly, before we go to Punch newspaper, I want us to look into this also. We are worried, but can't stop exodus, says APC National Chairman at Amsterdam. You know, the point in time right now where election is forthcoming and is fast approaching, you know, people are deflecting from one political party to the other, and that has been the norms of politicians ever since the beginning of democracy. So, but this one is that we can't stop the exodus of people migrating from one political party to the other. So, is this not a big blow to APC at large? Well, because remember that last week we had seven senators defect from APC to PDP, and now we are having some newspapers said 20, and with some conclude on 22 Senate are even planning to defect to APC to PDP. Don't you think this one has a big blow and threat to APC in particular?
Well, as I said earlier, it's more of it's political game all about. It's a ball game around that sector. When it comes to politics, they know how to go around it, you know. So what is left to us is just be very, very much alert and very, very well informed, so as to know how to pick with the right.
Well, that's fine. I guess that's what I have here on the Vanguard front page. So What do we have
from
on
me
Punch?
here, I have the Punch newspaper, and on the front page of the Punch newspaper is Ondo Amoteku arrests suspected mastermind of Owo massacre. And still on the same page, Nigerian man, Ekoremadu, wife, arraigned for organ trafficking in UK. Ekiti, I regret joining politics, won't contest again, says ADC governor candidate. Fuel crisis, don't sell fuel above 165 naira per litre. IP man warns members. Still on the same page, brave Ondo man fights robber attempting to rape wife, grabs gun. Man, LCCI economist, counter Buhari's claim on economy. On the last page, on the same page of Punch newspaper, I also have with me why award traditional worshippers attire to Supreme Court proceedings, says lawyer. So on this juncture, I want to also call your attention to this last one that says why award traditional worshippers attire to Supreme Court proceedings, says lawyer.
Oh.
What can you really say about that?
Well, it's a good move for him. Number one, that's the first point, and the second point is he wore his traditional attire today, so that is he's trying to showcase that okay, I'm a good citizen of this place, and going to constitutionally he's right. So he has the right to put on whatsoever he likes, even to put on pants or whatsoever he wants to wear. But when it becomes moral, when it's good, when it won't affect anybody around you. And so since what he wore does not affect anybody around them, I think.
And aside that, to add to it, he said he's trying to promote his own legal rights.
Legal rights, yes, that's what.
He has the right to religion.
It's legalized.
Because he's trying to promote that traditional aspect. So, and this particular one that says, brave Ondo man fights robber attempts to rape his wife and then grab him. What can you say about
if
that?
there is any words I can use after being brave, when I go through the news, the money has been collected, but when they want to rape a wife, that's when you see the power of woman. That's when you see the power of love.
I think that woman must be so precious.
Yes, that woman must be so precious for
Some
him.
persons would have in that same one day.
Well, I'm not in that side. I don't know. But at the expense of death, so the man still stood for his wife. That showcases a good husband materials per se.
Kudos to the man.
Yeah, kudos to the man.
So I also have with me here that this particular one that talks about politics, Ekiti. I regret joining politics. Won't contest again, says ADC governor candidate. What can you say about that?
The president regrets joining politics.
Exactly,
right?
Because I feel
I love this Yoruba adage that says that you keep this a good do, so but this one, well, maybe before he ventured into politics, maybe it's just like those people that went to school and study political science and just maybe politics in Nigeria is just like Mama and Neko. So Nigeria politics is not like that. Yeah. So it's when you get there, you know the games, and if you know that you can't play the games, you know that the games will hurt you, or after losing it will be hurt or something. It's that you go back, it's that you back down. So it's a game, and he has gone into it, and now he's out.
Anyways,
he's allowed.
To wrap it up with those two headlines, I still have this one that talks about Ekwuremadu's wife arraigned for organ trafficking in UK. So it's really called for.
See, these kind of things is something that is very bad. Wow. Because the remarks we have been getting from these people outside the country overseas, we are not having a good remark at all. Now look at the wife of Ekwuremadu, for that matter, for organ trafficking, which is very bad. It's a slap on the Nigerian, it's a slap on our dear nation, and he's not speaking well of us at all. So it's like this action just painted us what they call us. We are black, and just painted us that kind of black mentality we have. And it's not even limited to Nigeria alone, to your own country alone. Now going forward to another country for organ trafficking and the rest.
Okay, so now come to the end of today's program. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. Bye.
Bye.